What up? What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live, the one and only Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Click the like button, like this video. Click the like button, like this video now. Yes, click the like button, Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. I'm out here in nature doing another nature video. I'm meditating on this nature trail. Went on a nice walk, and I'm still gonna walk a little bit further, but I like coming to this cool spot over here by the lake, by the creek. And my message today that I'm delivering is about walking by faith. Walking by faith, not by sight. And that's biblical, that's scripture. That's biblical scripture right there, and it's truth, obviously. What do I mean by this? Walking by faith, it sounds common sense, but I'm gonna elaborate. I'm gonna paint out the picture for y'all. Walking by faith, like when you're working on a vision, a dream, and maybe there's a lot of waiting, or maybe it's hard, it's taking a lot of time, or most people give up, or it's unpopular, or whatever. You've been hated on a lot, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But walking by faith is where you just know, where you trust in the Creator, the higher power, the Most High God. Hey, I surrender my life to you, God, and I trust that everything's going to work out for the best. So long as I'm obedient, so long as I stay obedient, so long as I stay righteous, obedient, and pure, I will continue to be in good standing with God, and that's facts. Living an honorable, righteous, obedient, pure life. These are core fundamentals to truly respecting God, and I know that's what keeps me grounded, you know what I'm saying? Like, on the walk of truth, the narrow path of truth, when there's so much noise, constant, so much just tension, chaos, noise, tension, chaos, arguments, drama, you know what I'm saying? Artificial mayhem, nonstop, on top of all these noisy planes. We need to do something about that, since we're so advanced, we have all this technology and stuff. Why can't we create quieter airplanes? Why can't we evolve? You know what I'm saying? With all this noise, But yeah, walking by faith is, trusting in the higher power. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what drama is going in the world, I'm being led by God. I'm being guided by God, and I'm walking by faith. I'm putting in work. I don't need to know how and when things will happen. I know I just got to keep my heart in a pure, high frequency, and everything will be okay for me. I'm not here controlling, I'm not forcing or chasing stuff. I don't have to know how everything will work out, every exact detail, but I have a general vision, and I have promises from God, and I'm open to receiving surprises. I'm open to winning better than I expected. I'm open to things working out for me better than I imagined. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm staying grounded, and I'm grateful for the simple things. I'm grateful for just a simple lifestyle. I'm not going backwards to a toxic past. I'm not going back to destructive connections or destructive environments, or places that have bad vibes. I'm not going to be dealing with those type of people or places, So I'm just, every day, I'm counting my blessings. I'm making sure I'm taking care of me, and I know everything will fall into place. I know the love that I've been given and the work that I've been doing is sincere and it's genuine, and I know my work doesn't go unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? I know my kind acts of service and my positive deeds will be recognized. I'm not being ignored. I'm not being ignored by God, you know. So every day I'm walking by faith. I'm doing the right thing, even when nobody's around, even when nobody's paying me. I'm still showing up, doing the right thing because I know God has promises that God is fulfilling in my life. So I'm being patient. I'm walking by faith. When everybody else is crashing out, everybody else is making excuses, they're quitting, they're tired, they're giving up, I'm stepping up to the plate. I'm being a true hero. I'm being a true leader. You know, when nobody else can be found, I'm the one. I'm the one that's always there. I'm the one that's always going to be here, showing up, leading the way, coaching. I'm inspiring people, you know, so I don't have to know exactly how all my blessings and surprises and celebration and awards and acknowledgments and, you know, positive accolades and all this, you know, all this fun stuff. I don't have to know how it will all happen and when, you know. I just know I'm staying on the right path and I'm going to be taken care of. And I refuse to tolerate mediocrity. I refuse to tolerate, you know, being treated less than who I am. I refuse to be treated like an option. I refuse to focus or be involved with anything that's treating me less than a priority. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even focused on anything that's not honoring me as a priority. You know what I'm saying? I'm only focused on me consistently being a priority. I am the crown jewels. I am the trophy. I am the chosen one. I am the crown jewels. I am the greatest. You know, I'm the real alpha. I'm the real hero. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the prize. And I'm not letting anybody try to, you know, ruffle my feathers or try to cast darkness or shade or doubt on me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's their gloomy world that they're dealing with. That's their misery. That's their sickness. That's their own losing mentality that they have to deal with God. They have to correct their attitude. I'm not going to get pulled down into their depression. I'm not going to get sucked down into their misery. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stoop low to their misery and their, you know, failure level. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a winner. So that's why I'm always walking by faith. I'm always moving forward, focused on what God is telling me every day, you know. And I know so long as I emit good energy, good vibes, I will be taken care of. As long as I keep taking care of my heart and staying obedient and improving myself, things will keep getting better for me. You know, it's a long marathon, you know, so I don't know what all to expect, but I am expecting the best. You know, I'm expecting the best. Love, money, success, you know, riches, circumstances, surprises, miracles, justice. I'm expecting the best. You know, I'm not focusing on drama. I'm not focusing on what the world is going through, all this fear and negativity and worst case scenarios. I'm not a part of that. You know, I'm not entertaining that. That's not going to get a reaction out of me. You know what I'm saying? People that's in their toxicity, I'm not going to stoop down to people's toxic low life levels. You know what I'm saying? I'm an eagle. You know, I don't have time to be down there with little chickens in a chicken coop. I'm an eagle. I'm flying the highest. You know what I'm saying? I'm fulfilling a big purpose. I'm fulfilling a true honorable purpose. I'm truly certified and legit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my time is precious. My energy is precious. My time and energy is precious. You know, so that's why I choose to walk by faith. You know, if you don't have faith, you can't walk with me. You know, it's that simple. You know, if you don't have faith, you cannot walk with me. You know, I walk by faith, and that's why I'm always constantly advancing. I'm constantly achieving and going to the next level in life because I'm choosing to remain obedient to the Most High Creator. You know, when everybody else wants to be distracted, when everybody else wants to party, people want to party, people want to drink, they want to take all these drugs, they just want to fool around and waste time. You know, people want to gossip and be a part of all this, you know, negativity and, you know, hate and separation. I'm not a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm always rising above the negativity. I'm always choosing to be the mature, grown one. I'm always taking the higher road. I don't pay foolishness any attention. You know, my energy and my time is too precious and valuable. So that's why I'm always moving forward, evolving in the right direction. What I'm saying? I'm always making progress, advancing, exponentially growing. I'm exponentially growing. This is science, so I'm not gonna tolerate, Neanderthals, whatever, barbarian type of people that's parasites, barbaric, primitive, lower frequency people. They have been permanently removed from my life. Thank you to God. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I've been able to keep moving forward, living a happier life every day, because I walk by faith, not by sight. Of course I can see, but it's because I believe. I have that faith inside me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna doubt God. I'm not gonna like judge God or criticize God or like argue with God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fulfilling my unique role as a child of God. This is a relationship, a eternal commitment. I'm doing my part as a human, and I'm always a son of God. I'm always a child of God. So I'm always humbling myself before the Lord, because I know I did not create this world. I did not create this universe. I did not create all this stuff. My eyes, my heart, my hair, my ears, everything, all these animals, elephants. No. God created all of this. So I'm always, instead of me overthinking, worrying about how everything will work out, I'm just choosing to just be positive and grateful. I know my heart is in the right space. I'm walking by faith. I know most people are lost. Most people are hypnotized by illusions. People are hypnotized by clowns and deception, and they're not really connected to the Creator. They're really disconnected. Many people are desensitized, and it makes life hard, trying to escape the concrete jungle, trying to escape a bad neighborhood. It's all this crabs in a bucket mentality. People just so jealous. Nobody's there trying to reach out, trying to collaborate, trying to send positive vibes or help out. And it's like, it's all a test, because God will always show up. The angels will always show up. So it's all a test of how you respond. Are you going to react, or are you going to respond intelligently, with a calm demeanor, or are you going to crash out and make a bad choice? It's up to you. So me, like I said, it goes back to hand to hand. I'm walking by faith, and it's all tied together with patience, with trust, with faith, with peace, with surrender. All of these are core attributes of the Holy Spirit. Like, this is real facts, so we have to surrender. We have to choose to walk by faith and become better. Don't feed into the chaos. Don't add more fuel to the fire. Be the change. That's what walking by faith is. Even though it's all these noisy planes, at least I'm doing something positive. I'm not making all that noise. And so walking by faith is being the change you want to see in the world. It doesn't matter what your skin color is, how much money you have, how old you are, how many pounds you weigh, how tall you are. It doesn't matter if you have a car or not, or a college degree or not. Like, really, it's deeper than that. God judges us by our heart. By our heart, our character. And our spirit got to be pure. So when we walk by faith, that's saying, hey, I'm going to be a positive, righteous change in this world. I'm walking by faith. I'm living a righteous, godly life, that's helping the world. in a positive, peaceful way. You know what I'm saying? That's walking by faith. You know, you don't get distracted by illusions. You don't get distracted by the toxicity out there, that's trying to make you whatever, doubt yourself or scared or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No, walking by faith is like saying, hey, I trust you, God. I'm not going to be walking around with a weak spirit or a low self-esteem or, poor character or anything like that. No, I'm walking by faith. I'm walking with power. I'm walking with power. I'm walking with respect. I'm walking with might. I'm walking with righteousness. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking with a confidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking with confidence. I'm walking with health and longevity. You know what I'm saying? So really it's going 100% in life. You know what I'm saying? Walking by faith. You activate, the supernatural abilities the Creator has, blessed us with, and that's how we're able to serve and live a peaceful, pure life, because we're standing on the side of life, of truth, of justice, you know what I'm saying? So then we're able to live our life and walk calmly. I'm able to walk calmly. I don't have all this drama around me because I'm not that. My energy is peaceful. My energy is relaxing. My energy is lovely. It's lovely. My energy is lovely and golden. So that's why I'm always being respected everywhere I go. I'm always highly favored and respected everywhere I go because that's who I am. I am respectful. I'm a respectful energy. I'm a healthy, harmonious energy. So that's why I receive always and forever from me and my family. So don't feed into the drama. Just stay out the way. That's why I gotta say, like, walking by faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's truly trusting God. Like, hey, I'm not gonna let, low frequency trolls or clowns try to bring me down and try to distract me or discourage me from God's promises. No, this is real life. Like, this is a faith walk. Our faith has to be strong. Where we say, hey, I really do believe and I know, I'm worthy. I'm worthy to win. I'm worthy to win and succeed in life, and I don't care what everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter if everybody else is scared. That's on them. I'm not scared. I'm fearless because I'm chosen by God. God is always on my side forever, So that's what walking by faith is. Me being cool with being alone. It's just me and God. I've had to be okay with that. I've had to be okay with being alone with God. That's what walking by faith is. All these relationships in the past didn't work out with different women. Doesn't matter. I know God has the special lady that's meant for me, and the separation won't last forever, just because, I don't have friends around or, all these people around, all this viral support and all this people chasing and helping out. It doesn't matter. I love me. I love myself. God loves me and I'm doing righteous, godly work. So I don't have to worry. Everything comes in a natural, divine timing. Everything comes in a natural, divine order. So that's how I'm able to be at peace. I'm able to have a peace that surpasses all understanding, because I know myself and I'm healthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm patting myself on the back for my progress. Many years ago, things were a lot worse, but that's in the past. I chose to rise. Everybody falls, but not everybody rises. I chose to rise. I'm choosing to keep rising and elevating, So that's what walking by faith is. I'm choosing to rise. Instead of focusing on the past or being stuck on a fall or a misfortune in the past, no, I'm choosing to move forward and I'm coming back stronger and I'm better than ever. I'm more new and improved and I'm elevating, You know, I'm elevating, I'm ascending higher to bigger levels of success. You know, so that's why I gotta talk about walk by faith. You know, don't listen to the people that's on a low frequency. They're losing, they're suffering, they're sick, they're weak, they're suffering, they're trying to bring you down. They want to make you lose also. They want to make you fail. But now you got to rise above. You got to stay away from that nonsense. You got to walk by faith and say, hey, you know, if I'm all alone, it's all cool. It's all coming to me. That's my embodiment. I'm free. I'm free forever. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. I'm free forever. This is who I am. I'm a child of God. You know, I don't care about what humans say. I really don't. Okay? So I'm free. I'm financially free. And it's all coming to me. You know, I'm always provided for. I'm always taken care of. So I don't have to worry like all these other people in the rat race. They're rushing, they're competing, they're fighting, they're stressing, they're chasing. You know, they're battling over scraps. You know, I don't have time. I don't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's all coming to me. You know, love, abundance, money, fame, money, abundance, fame, fruits, vegetables, success, miracles. Yes. So that's how I'm concluding my message on walking by faith. Well, I know I'm powerful, I'm strong in this stance for God, that I'm believing in God, I'm faithful to God forever, you know, to where, hey, I'm able to trust and just keep doing my thing and let things fall into place. You know, instead of, I'm not trying to force or control things. I'm not trying to rush. I'm not trying to rush ahead. No, you know, I'm allowing the flow. You know, I'm not being lazy. You know, I'm still making sure I'm staying productive, but it's also like a balance, a rhythm, you know, a natural rhythm, a balance, a cadence of just flow, embracing the flow, allowing the flow, you know. So slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? Slow and steady wins the race. Love is patient. Love is patient. Love is kind. You know what I'm saying? Love is patient. Love is kind. So, you know, I know my big moment is coming. My big miracle is happening for me. I didn't miss my time. You know, I'm right on time. I'm right on time, you know. So I'm doing this walk with God. I'm serving the Most High. I'm serving the Creator, and it's all going to be good. I'm expecting the best. I'm allowing myself to be pleasantly surprised, you know. So I'm just letting go, and I'm doing my thing, you know. So that's what walk by faith. That's what I want to talk about today. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. It's been an honor as always. It's been a pleasure. You know, thank you for listening. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. Walk by faith. Real talk. Get some nature. And for real, walk by faith. Let that process and resonate within you. You know, you don't have to be all timid and scared and weak and trapped and stuck. Don't be stuck. You know, we got to break free. We got to fly. You know, just like a bird, it trusts its wings. The bird trusts its wings to fly. Same thing with us. I'm trusting my wings. I'm trusting my legs. I'm trusting my heart, my mind, my soul, and my connection to God, you know, that everything's going to be all right. So connect with me on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity, at Eternal Authenticity. Message me to schedule a consultation, a nutrition and wellness detox consultation. Hit me up for the herbal teas, sea moss gel. I got ebook information, plant-based alkaline recipe, herbal healing information also. So just connect with me. I'm happy to serve you. Compensate me. Send me lots of money. Send me lots of cash. Send me lots of riches. And I'm honored to help you and serve you. So click the like button, like this video. Follow me on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell. Like this video, click the like button, and walk by faith. You know, be peaceful. Don't care what other people are doing. Just mind your own business. You know, mind your own business. That's how you really walk by faith, because you're focused on your purpose. I'm focusing on my purpose. I don't care what other people are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not my business. Just like you need to be worried about your own business. So walk by faith. Y'all take care. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Peace.